Our leading receiver is Gavin Freeman, and he's got like 200 and something yards. Get out of here with that.
Right.
So I'm just telling you, skill position, they're probably gonna be better outside of the running back position. I
let me ask you this.
but I think they would.
What would the score be?
Oh, I mean, there's no telling. Probably 35-31. They both score.
I think you're giving the high school team way
I'm not giving the high school team too much credit.
18-year-olds here.
I get it.
You're giving
half
the high
of the
school
guys
team
that
way
we're
too
starting
much
this year are freshmen and
John,
sophomore.
It would be like
we're not starting a bunch of seniors.
It would be like 42 to nothing.
No,
like,
you don't think Bixby? Welcome to Experts Very Little. My name is The Show. I'm here with Stoney and Mose Knows. How are you fellas doing tonight?
I'm good.
Doing well.
John, are you sure you're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, he's been a little down tonight, Mose. I don't know what's going on.
Been a bit of a mood lately, the last couple of days. I mean, just
saw you
in a good
chop
mood,
a tree
actually.
today. Did you chop that tree down today, John?
No, the dadgum wind blew it down yesterday afternoon sometime, so I had to get it cleaned up.
Man. Well, so was it honeydew, or did you just volunteer to do it, or
No, I just got out there and done it this morning. Got it all
look
cleaned
at
up.
you go!
I know, right?
Finally had to get his hands dirty on some
brownie point.
Real work instead of sitting in the office all day.
Selling those cars, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I just came off fall break. I've got parent-teacher conference this week. That's always not fun for a PE teacher, but is what it is. Yawning. What's up, Mose? Did you have a rough day today? What'd you do today, this afternoon?
I had football practice.
Football practice?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Took my fourth grade coach, asked for my team to come out and help, so we went and helped them out.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, what do you guys think? What's going on in the sports world here? The World Series. What do you think about the World Series right now?
Starts off Friday. I mean, I think it's the Dodgers to lose.
Golly.
Definitely.
Now, I'm more surprised than the Blue Jays, to be honest with you. I cannot believe they made it.
No, I didn't see them coming back, especially when they went down 2-0.
They got a good offense. I just didn't think they had the pitching. I mean,
yeah.
And is the magic going to keep on happening for who was it? Shane Bieber and Maxx? Or are they going to be able to pull out of their magic hat again and pitch a couple gems in the World Series?
Can George Springer repeat what he did to the Dodgers?
Oh my Lord. I have no idea. That dude went nuts.
I can't believe that 3-run bomb. That was crazy.
Why pitch to him? You got first base open. I'm just telling you, as hot as he was, I'm putting him on. I don't care.
Mariners fans are probably like your brother when he said, "Well, I pitched to Albert Pujols." They're gonna be like, "Well, I pitched to George Springer."
Yeah, I'm like, I know the Mariners pitching is incredible. I said that numerous times. I'm shocked that they improved their offense, and that's why I thought they were going to win. But the Blue Jays, man, that 3-run homer was absolutely unbelievable.
Nuts.
I mean, it really was. So I don't know. Vlad really had a good series. They pay for what they get. It's starting to show, though. It's starting to show a little bit that if you pay your play, if you actually spend money in baseball, you have a good chance to be successful. Isn't it mind blowing to think that?
That's crazy.
Are they going to have Bichette for the series? Or
he said he'd be ready.
I saw somebody say that, I forget who it was, but they were like, yeah, he'd be ready. But I'm also telling him, man, we're doing pretty stinking good right now. You're going to have to work yourself back in there. What do you think about that? If your starting shortstop is ready to go, but you've already been winning the other way, do you go ahead and put your starting shortstop back in?
I'm leaving it as it is right now. I mean, if I don't have him on the roster, I'll have him on the bench to see how it goes.
You play your guys. That's why you got your guys. You play your guys. That's why you pay them. You play them.
Yeah, but is he 100% ready to go, or is he
Hey,
just ready to go because it's a
we
World
just saw
Series?
that a couple weeks ago with OU and John Mateer. John Mateer's the guy. Let's roll the dice with him. We're going to ride or die with him. I mean, that's why you get
Yeah,
those guys.
but you can't compare that one game to a 7-game series of the World Series.
I'm
I mean, because you've got more games to play for
I'm
after the
I'm
Mateer,
I'm
after the
big.
one
I'm
Texas
big
game.
on it. Don't matter how big of a struggle they are. You play your guys. I mean, me and Ben talked about it throughout the year because the guy in our fantasy league liked to pick and drop up players left and right, and it finally caught up with them. And me and Ben always talked about, I don't care, freaking Kyle Tucker or Corbin Carroll or an 0-25 slump. I'm still playing them. They're still getting in the roster. You play your guys because Bo Bichette might have 3 hits this whole series. They might be 3 home runs that put them in the lead or something. It'd be worth it. I mean,
And your time, you are connecting my forte, fantasy baseball, right now. I've said numerous times, you get your dogs on offense and you play your dogs. You don't worry about matchups because matchups are so difficult to do, especially in fantasy baseball. And that's some people are successful at that. But in my opinion, and my opinion doesn't go a long ways in fantasy baseball, but I get dogs on offense and I play my dogs. I just do. But in this situation, it's a little bit trickier simply because he's been hurt. Now, sometimes in fantasy baseball, when I have a stud come back, I might sit them for a game or two to let them get back. But there's also those times when I'm like, man, you got me here. You helped get me here. It's time. It's time for you to show up. So I could go either way on this one. I'm leaning towards let's go ahead and start Bo. Let's go ahead and get him in there and let's go ahead and get it going. But I could see it either way. This right here is sad, guys. Is this not mind blowing to you?
they're the only
Yeah.
team to not make the World Series.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They've had good teams in the years. That's
Oh,
just,
very good
I mean,
teams.
you got the Rockies that have made it. I mean, you got the Marlins have won 2. I mean, it's to me that's that's almost,
Diamondbacks won one, made
yeah,
another.
made it to that's it's almost hard to do. I think.
Rays made. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. I just. It's so mind blowing to me because I think of the Ichiros, the A Rods, the King Griffey Juniors, the Jay Buners, the Edgar Martinez's. I think about all these Felix Hernandez, all the players that they've had. How have
Mm-hmm.
they never made the World Series? And I've got
Well,
a lot of Seattle Mariner fans
well,
for
what's the year
friends.
that what they win like 121 games one year or something?
Oh, dude, that was a absolute magical year, and they just fell
And
flat in the playoffs.
they lost in
Mm-hmm.
the play. They just, I
I
mean,
just I don't. It's crazy. And I what's funny is I don't remember if it was on here or where it was, but I said I'm picking the Mariners. I might be just talking to somebody outside of this. I said I'm picking the Mariners, but it would not shock me if they lose it in game 7 because they just have a curse. And that 3-run homer in the 7th inning is kind of indicative of them just being cursed. Do you think they're ever going to do it?
yeah, I think they probably will within the next 5 years.
Eventually, yeah. I mean, and they've got the roster. I mean,
Is
obviously,
that
you've seen it. They could have done it this year, but I mean, obviously, misfortunes happen, and
they
well,
got
they fell short. So
they got the pitch and they got the young studs in that
mhm.
lineup. I think. I mean,
You make a couple adjustments, whether it's to the bullpen or adding another bat or so, and they have a chance to be right back in there next year.
Yeah, they're good, man. They're solid.
Hmm.
Name all the players on the Mariners right now that you would take in fantasy baseball.
well, I already got Julio on my team. I mean, I already got George
Yeah,
Kirby on my team. Thank you, John. I mean, Luis
you can have him.
Castillo, Logan Gilbert. I mean, just
Yeah, you
Cal
got
Raleigh,
Lou. Yeah.
Julio Rodriguez. I would take a plethora of their pitchers. I take Brian Wu,
Hmm.
George Kirby, Gilbert. You can even
Andres
talk me into
Munoz.
Miller.
yeah,
Andres
Yeah.
Munoz, obviously, he's an
Yeah.
absolute monster. I had
yep.
him this year. And then even spot starters. I've had J.P. Crawford a couple times. I've had
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, J.P. Crawford.
Naylor. I've had Naylor.
I mean,
So
they. If I would say if I was the Mariners, I'd go look for another pretty big bat, maybe outfield, maybe first base. I mean,
so And Suarez. Listen,
Yeah.
I picked him up. Whenever Travis dropped him in hate, I stashed him real quick because Suarez is the dude that when he is hot for 2 to 3 weeks, the dude is hitting 10 home runs, almost 20 RBIs in those 3 weeks. Like he gets scorching hot. The
Oh yeah.
only negative is when he gets cold, he's extremely cold. So you got to be able to roster him and bench him, and just let him sit. And hopefully you have another third base option. But dude, they've got guys. And I like thinking about it in that way. Like if the team has a lot of people I would roster in fantasy baseball, I think, well, they're probably pretty good. And you know who doesn't have a lot of guys I would like to roster, John? The St.
St.
Louis
Louis
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
I
You know
wasn't
what's
saying it. No, I wasn't going to say it. I know what you were going to, but I wasn't going to say it. I
you
can't.
know what's funny too about the Cardinals is they haven't in the past 10 years. There's not really been a lot of people I would want to roster.
No.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like just a lot of plug and play guys is kind of
Yeah.
who I would roster on.
I mean, you had
Cardinals.
a short stretch with Nadeau when he was, MVP
Nato,
candidate,
Goldschmidt,
and then
yeah,
Goldie. I mean, other than that, who else have we had?
yeah, yeah.
So
It's sad. It's frustrating. Sonny Gray, I would roster, but he would be a SP3 for me, SP4. You know,
Ivan Herrera.
Herrera is a stud. I was shocked in that. I'll be honest with you. I was shocked in how good he
I didn't
was.
see it coming so soon.
But
with him.
you could go the John route and keep Jordan Rocker on your team for 3-4 years and not ever do it.
Yeah, he's frustrating, man. I really thought.
I mean, I got their next superstar on my roster.
Yeah, you do. That JJ is a
Dude
he's
is
been killing the minors.
He's
Waiting
gonna
for
be a
him to
stud.
come up with JJ.
He's been killing. John, what do you? The Cardinals offseason, what should it look like?
I mean, what it should look like and what they're going to do is two different things. But I mean, they're already talking about potentially, trading Sonny Gray. Okay, cool. If you trade him, what are you going to get out of him? And what are you going to replace him with? We've got several holes there in the rotation and in the bullpen. So, I mean, if you want to go spend a little bit of money on a tier 1 starter, that's what needs to happen. Sonny Gray 5 years ago was that tier 1 starter. He's not that now.
Are they just not wanting to spend money?
No, and they haven't in the last couple of years. They just
seems like they're more going towards the Pittsburgh Pirates route.
Well, and it frustrates me because I mean they overvalue these prospects. I mean, the Gormans, the Walkers. I mean, you go all the way back. I mean, we could pull up a list of guys that they've just overvalued and kept, and they shouldn't have, but they do when they could have used them to bring in a Juan Soto. Yeah, it might have been a short-term rental, but hey, it would have been a big help for the time that we had him. If they're clearly in a rebuilding stage, go get you a tier 1 starter, get you an A guy. And then, of course, you've got Liberatore who come in and had a decent year. Let him continue to grow. But then you've got Quinn Matthews. You've got a lot of the young guys down there in the minors. Go ahead and bring them in, bring them up. What do you have to lose? And just go with it. Because right now they're not going to spend money until they start clearing the books of the Nadeau contracts and everybody else.
It's a very, very cold time.
I didn't ever see this happening. I got too spoiled with the Rollins and the Edmonds and Pujols era there.
Yeah,
I got spoiled.
Yeah, you know what else that I feel like you've got spoiled with is the OSU Cowboys, and let me tell you, I have seen things recently scrolling through social media that they the worst team in America.
Very well could be, and
just ranked 130th in offense.
Just a few years ago, I would have never said that.
It's garbage.
It's gotten rough very fast.
Now, Bixby High School, is a rolling machine, ranked number 1 according to the poll in high school, high school football teams. Okay, which is crazy to me that they're higher than IMG Academy and all that, but they are dominant. They are rolling. It's unbelievable what that coach has done. Okay, 7-time consecutive state champions, outscoring opponents 373 to 83, number 1 nationally ranked. Okay, I'm gonna toss this hypothetical question to you guys. Could Bixby High School beat OSU right now?
Yeah.
No,
Listen, stop. Listen, I'm
no.
an Oklahoma State fan through and through. You can't with our current roster, with what we're putting on the field, and a wide receiver at quarterback, and whatever we've got going on. Listen, I'm just telling you, Bixby High School.
Bixby High School.
Hey.
I love what they do. I installed a little bit of my youth offense in what they do, the shifting stuff like that. Love everything they do. Think Lauren Montgomery is the greatest coach to come out of Oklahoma. He learned from Alan Trimble and Jinx and stuff like this. Okay, but this to me is the old saying of, could those Alabama teams beat the worst team in the NFL? Not a chance. It ain't happening. Because here's the thing. Bixby High School is great, but they're not an IMG Academy like you said. Yeah, they might be IMG, but IMG Academy's got a roster full of 4 and 5 stars. Okay, Bixby's producing some college athletes, but not no big time top 100 recruits in the nation. So that would be the only chance that a high school team would have, is if they had a roster full of top 100 recruits. But that still ain't going to happen because you got these offensive linemen. Okay, OU just got an offensive lineman commit from the kid from Fort Gibson. He's 6'7", 260 pounds. Well, seniors on OSU are 6'7", 340 pounds. I mean, there's just a difference. So no high school team. Now, if we're talking about an NAI school or Division II school or JUCO school, maybe, but no high school team will ever be
No,
in
listen.
Division I.
The only thing we have on offense, we got a decent offensive line. Okay, cool, and a running back. Our leading receiver is Gavin Freeman, and he's got like 200 and something yards. Get out of here with that.
Right.
So I'm just telling you, skill position, they're probably gonna be better outside of the running back position. I
Let me ask you
I'd say
this.
it, but I think they would.
What would the score be?
Oh, I mean, there's no telling. Probably 35-31. They both score.
I think you're giving the high school team way
No,
too much
I'm not
credit.
giving the high school
16,
team too much
17,
credit.
18-year-olds here.
I get it.
You're giving
half
the high
of the
school
guys
team
that
way
we're
too
starting
much
this year are freshmen and
John,
sophomore.
It would be like
we're not starting a bunch of seniors.
It would be like 42 to nothing.
No,
like,
you don't think Bixby would score at all.
I am discrediting Oklahoma State more than I am crediting Bixby. This is what I'm telling you. Like, I never thought that I would ever say this, but after watching them this year, I'm almost saying 100%.
You are giving the high school team way too much.
Hey, go sit and watch an Oklahoma State game. You'll want to pull your hair out. I promise.
But this is just the old saying, like when it's like,
we've had
would these Alabama or Georgia teams beat the worst NFL team? Not a chance in heck.
We've had 4 different players start at quarterback, and we've got 4 passing touchdowns on the year.
So you're telling me you don't think the 2001 Miami Hurricanes could beat the 2008 Detroit Lions?
Oh, hey.
Okay. Well,
Listen.
Hello.
Okay. Now I will say probably not, because the one thing that 2001 team didn't have is they did not have an elite quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think the 2008 Detroit Lions did either.
No, they didn't either. But I mean, there's some college teams that would be able to compete probably, but I still don't think a college team would be able to beat an NFL team.
Oh,
there'd be too much pride in the NFL game. It's just, I mean, even though, like you said, an 0-16 team at Detroit, okay, that's 53 players or whatever. Those are 53 of the best players on the planet. Why there's players why there's players that were great in college couldn't even make the roster on those Detroit teams or whatever. Yeah, that to me right there, that's where more of a coaching issue than a player issue when you go that bad. Or you have
what do you think, John?
or you have a major injury at quarterback.
Are we forgetting how good that Miami team was?
Oh,
How loaded it was?
Oh,
they're the
he
best.
must
They're the best
be.
college team ever.
Uh,
I just don't think they're going to be an NFL team.
Listen, I mean, there's you see it every year. An NFL team, they'll go draft their 7, 10 guys, whatever they're going to draft, and then they go and they sign all these undrafted rookie free agents, and they start making their cuts. Well, hey, listen, just a little reminder: Dallas, not the smartest move that they ever made, but 2 wide receivers that they've cut turned into really, really, really good NFL receivers in Wes Welker and Danny Amendola. We signed them right out of college. Guess what? They didn't even make the roster at all. They got cut. So, I mean, you see it all the time where they sign these guys and bring them in, and then they end up not making the roster for whatever reason, go on, and they have a long career. So that 0-16 Lions team, it's hard to say because you could say, oh, well, they just had a major injury, or, it was a coaching this or coaching that. Listen, that roster was
Frank
horrible. So you
Gore,
take this team right here.
Andre Johnson,
Yes, this 0-1 Hurricane roster
William Joseph.
destroys that Lions team.
Look at this. Look at the
Oh.
3 running backs: Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Clinton Portis.
Yes.
Then you got Ed Reed, Antrell Roll. You got Jeremy Shockey,
Oh,
Sean
Mike
Taylor,
Rump had a good run in the NFL too.
Vilma
So.
Wilfork, and Kellen Winslow. You're telling me right now. You're telling me right now that the 2001 Miami Hurricanes could not beat the 2008 Detroit Lions. Name a player on the 2008 Detroit Lions.
Was that Stafford's rookie year?
I couldn't tell you.
I think it might have been Stafford's rookie year, or Stafford's the year
roster.
after. Or that's probably why they got Stafford.
I was about to say, I don't know that he's been in the league 17 years, but
let's look.
That might have been the reason why they got Stafford.
Bro. I mean, I can't even
name a running back on that roster that's better than any one of these 3 as a collegiate player.
This one's tough because this is an all-time great. That's why it's tough. The 2001 Miami Hurricanes.
Well, 2000 on this team, Ed Reed wasn't starting on this team. Okay, Ed Reed became the star after 01. Okay,
that's how good they were.
Not all these running backs were stars on that team. I think the star
they were. They just had somebody.
No, I think the star
just as good, if not better, ahead of them.
You can go back and look it up, but I think the star on this team was Clinton Portis. Okay, Andre Johnson. I don't know if he was the star receiver or not. I think they had it. So yes, all these players were on the roster. But when you take that 2001 starting Miami, Florida against that 2008 Detroit Tigers or Detroit Lions, it's no. All these guys were on the roster, and that's where people get the misconception. Yeah, all these guys were great NFL, and that was the great, most talented roster ever. And I still think it's the best college football team ever. But not all these guys were starting. Some of them were freshmen. Some of them didn't even see the field.
Wow.
Shout out to former NEO, tight end Jeremy Shockey.
Dan
Orlovsky
listen to this dominant running back, Kevin Smith,
those Central Florida.
Calvin Johnson, 23-year-old Calvin Johnson.
Oh, there you go. None of them are stopping Calvin Johnson. So
okay, the defensive guys.
Oh my quarterback to get him the ball.
The defensive guys, I can't even explain to you what I'm looking at right now.
Best player on that 01 roster for Miami ended up being the best, and I don't even think he started for him. Ed Reed might have started. Sean Taylor might have been the one that started later.
Here you go. Here's your.
It was Ed Reed. Ed Reed is the best one to come off that.
Oh,
there's your roster right there. There it is.
What do we got, man? Oh yeah, I remember that guy. Said no one ever. Oh, hey, look, there's Dante Culpepper.
Tell you, I don't think any college team's ever been in the NFL.
I don't know,
finals.
man. I don't know. This one would be tough.
see what
Tell me a
the
score. What would the score be?
see what the starting lineup was for that Hurricanes team.
17-7, Detroit.
Let's compare the starting lineups.
Pretty sure the starting running back was Portis,
I'm almost positive it was.
because I think Willis McGahee was hurt.
So the 2001
Miami Hurricanes.
Hurricanes roster.
Because that's the year that they beat. Who did they beat in the national championship? Was it Ohio State? Or was that when they blew out Nebraska?
Okay. Let's see. It's not depth chart. I need a depth chart. I would like a depth
I
chart.
don't remember. Man, I've slept
Is
since
what I
then.
would like.
Did they beat Nebraska in the championship? Or
You
did
want
they
the
beat-
schedule?
Yeah, what's the schedule?
All right. Here's your
Who they beat
schedule.
in the national championship?
2001.
I think it was Nebraska, wasn't it?
Okay, here you go. I'll bring it over.
Because
Where'd
I think it was
go?
about.
Right
That's when they
there.
had Eric Crouch or whatever.
Okay.
They
All
won
right.
one game where it was low scoring, like 17-9.
Let's see. They played. It was Florida. It looked like, right?
That was the first game of the year.
That was January
It
2nd.
says Sugar Bowl.
Oh, was it?
That'd have been the year before, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Penn State, Rutgers, Pittsburgh, Troy State, Florida State, West Virginia, Temple, Boston College, Virginia Tech, December 1.
Yeah,
I had to be Florida, right? Sugar Bowl.
Does that say
Was it?
02?
2001, 2002 football schedule.
Huh. I didn't think they played Florida.
Oh, this is January 2nd, 2001. So that's when they got, thank God they got robbed from playing us. Nebraska, 37-14.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was Nebraska. They
Murdered. And that's when Nebraska got in over Oregon, I think.
Nebraska lost in the Big 12 championship
By
to
Colorado, wasn't it?
Yep. And now see, Miami barely won against Virginia Tech. They won 26-24. And then Boston College, they had an Ed Reed interception that took them to the championship. So I think Willis McGahee, he was a freshman. Andre Johnson was a sophomore. Clinton Portis was the star back. Frank Gore was a freshman. Go defense.
Yeah, well, yeah, McGahee was a redshirt freshman. Yeah.
Rump was a senior. Ontrell Rowan was a freshman. Ed Reed was a senior. Sean Taylor was a freshman. So Sean Taylor and them didn't even play.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was yeah. I don't know. What do you think the score would be if they played the 2008?
17-7 Lions, because Calvin Johnson would be too much.
No way.
And that's still grown men
John,
playing against
I
kids.
would say it's like a 17-14 Miami Hurricanes.
Man.
Again, grown men in their high 20s and 30s.
Do you not remember Mr. Step out of the back of the end zone was the quarterback?
19 and 20-year-old, yeah. You also think Bixby would beat OSU. Good, yeah. No, Lord. Here we go.
I think I do agree that I think the NFL would still win.
Yes.
Just because the line would be so much bigger and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, the 2008 Lions would beat the 2001 Miami Hurricanes, but they would get scorched to the 2019 LSU Tigers. All right, moving on. Let's go over here and let's look at something else. I do want to come back. Let's circle back to baseball real quick. Look at this. MLB games lasting longer than 3 hours. Thank you to Codify on X. Look at the dramatic drop-off after the pitch clock. We went from 60% in 2022 to 17%, 12%, and 15%. Now, interestingly enough, I saw people on Twitter, on X, actually complaining and saying, I don't like shorter baseball games. You guys agree?
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Oh,
I think the 2 games I went to this year combined were like 3.5 hours. The game we went to, Ben, was like an hour and a half.
It was quick.
Like we
yeah.
spent more time in the parking lot
Now,
than we
here's
did in
why
the
they said
stadium.
that. Here's why they said that. Because of the ballpark experience. Now,
Mhm.
I kind of agree on that. However, watching on TV, it's so much better with the pitch clock. But you can't have it both ways.
I still
So
think it was good being in the ballpark.
it was. But when I go like that one trip that we made, I would like to go there and actually spend 2.5, 3 hours. But that didn't always happen. The hour and a half games. That was a rarity. But you can't have it. You can't have it both ways. Yeah, I think baseball absolutely needed it, and it's showing in the viewership. Baseball needed to make a change, and it's showing in the viewership, and it's obviously a good change because more people are tuning in. John, what do you think?
Uh, I'm just a fan of the longer games, and I always have been. Um, whether it be sitting on the couch or in the recliner or whatever, or being at the stadium. I'm just a huge fan of the human side of things of baseball, and they're starting to add too many of the replays and the all this electronic nonsense. I don't know. It's almost becoming not fun anymore, in my opinion.
I
I,
love
I
the
think
the new replay
I
system.
think it's made the game 100 times better. Quick replay. It's not. It's
Like
not
I
some
said,
of
I
these
mean,
NFL.
because
Not
at
some
this
of these
point,
NFL or NBA
the
play.
best part about baseball to me back then was everything was a judgment call. I mean, there was no arguing it. It was what this guy saw, and that's what it was. I mean, the only time I said it really sucked was the what Detroit Tigers Galarraga had the perfect game going on or whatever, and it got ruined there at first base on that
I,
out that wasn't called. But I love the humanized part of baseball and the human error.
I got something to lobby to you, John. Do you like the new NFL being able to replay calls, or did you like the old NFL whenever there was no replays?
Yeah, I hate the replays.
Oh,
I hate that stuff.
I
I mean,
love the replays.
so I mean,
I think it's. I
I
think the
mean,
replay
now
is the best thing to
obviously in
happen.
the heat of the moment, if the replay benefits my Cowboys or whatever, and it helps, overturns a call that we win the game, whatever. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that was great. But all this extra time and going and replaying crap and
Speaking of
going
what
and
about,
looking.
what about Detroit getting the replay the other night?
I heard about this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't see it. I dozed off in the
I didn't
recliner.
know.
I guess
When
I
I was
passed smooth
watching it,
out. So
I was kind of cooking, and I didn't know what was going on. And then like I heard him talking about it last night. I'm like, what is Troy and them talking about? It's like, oh, they're going to get a look at this again. Blah blah blah. I'm like, and then I saw it today on Twitter. It's like, just imagine if this happened with Tom Brady and the Patriots or the Chiefs now, if they were able to do this. Blah blah blah. Everybody'd be losing their mind. So like,
That's what I saw.
so it's like something like I guess Detroit it was replayed. Well, then Detroit's like, was replayed again or whatever. I mean, and they overturned it.
That's wild.
Which it was the right call, but it's like replay assistant catches. Like, okay, well then let's look at it again. I mean,
You know what's really crazy though, Mosby, is Dez still did not catch it. I
they
mean,
did not. Did not.
it's it's mind blowing. Mind blowing.
Zero, zero
y'all are
control over the
stupid.
ball. Zero
Hey,
control of the ball.
this was interesting to me. Never even heard of this college, never heard of this guy. But 20 carries for 522 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns for Monty Quinn from Curry College. Is that crazy or what?
That's
That's old school when you put Madden on rookie mode.
That's what
Number
I'm
10.
saying.
I was about to say that
That's
reminds me
me
of
versus
Ben.
John in
Yeah,
fantasy in
Yeah.
Madden.
on Madden when he ran 2 plays with Kenyon Barner and ran for 500 yards. Yeah,
You
no, I
remember
remember.
that?
Yeah,
Couldn't stop him.
no, and I'm like, Kenyon Barner is like a 4th string running back, And this dude looks like a Heisman Trophy winner.
I would run those dudes until they got tired and just keep handing off to
like
whatever.
Barry Sanders.
Someone else, yeah.
Barry Sanders. That's what it
man.
reminded me of, and it was
I
so
remember,
dumb.
I remember you used to do that to him. Like they couldn't stand it.
I got video too. It was when it was PS3, maybe PS4 that did the
Oh, when
share
you could
button.
snip it or
Yeah,
whatever.
and so I did. I was doing it versus Guy and Cal and everybody.
They couldn't do it. They couldn't
Oh,
stand
I
it.
got so mad. Oh, I was so mad. It was
You know
like
what's funny?
50-something to nothing.
What's funny is Justin beat me. The very first time I ever played that, Justin beat me, and it fired me up so much that I didn't lose again. But you could not stop the run on that. And then it was like every single time they would try to pass, like I would just pick everything off
Oh, it was
because
interception every time, no matter what you did.
it was weird. It was just it was like just one of those games that really clicked for me. I can't remember which Madden that was. That's been a while ago.
Oh yeah, no, that was a bit
I want to
ago.
say it was the one with they called it Madden 25 because it was the 25-year anniversary.
Yeah,
Remember that
Probably.
one? That wasn't really year 25,
Yeah.
but that was fun. This was mind blowing. Is this not Texas A&M is 7-0 for the first time since 1994? That just flew right by my mind.
They're on pace to have the best season they had since they knocked Kansas State out of the national championship back in 1998 when they won in double overtime in the Big 12 championship.
They're good.
Yeah, they are. They got that win over Notre Dame early in the year, which was a big jump shot for them, and they're also benefiting from not having to play the freaking overloaded SEC schedule, which to me is the stupidest thing the SEC did. Is they took their success off the last 10 years, and that's how they built your strength of schedule.
Yeah.
And they've been bad the last 10 years, so they get the Kentuckys, the Mississippi States, and the teams like that. It's like, oh Lord, where?
Do you think they go to Texas and win?
I think they very well could.
I think they do.
I still don't think Texas is that good.
They looked garbage against Kentucky.
I think the Red River rivalry is the high energy that they came out with that, and the factor in which Mateer was not 100% healthy, and I think they just took advantage of it. I mean, I still think Texas might have 2 losses left on their schedule. Don't they still got to play Georgia?
Oh yeah, they go to Georgia.
Yeah,
they go to Georgia. So A&M is sitting really, really pretty. Mosby, we have talked about this. Oh my gosh, and John will not listen. But who should be the starter for the Carolina Panthers? I think it's pretty evident.
I think those numbers right there show who it is.
For those of you listening, versus the Jets, Rico Dowdle, 17 carries and 79 yards. Chuba Hubbard, 14 carries, 31 yards. It wasn't even close of what the offense looked like with Rico in compared to Chuba. I mean, it was just night and day.
4 yards a carry, almost 4. Is it 4 yards a carry or something for Rico there?
Yeah. Now in Chuba's defense,
barely 2 yards a carry.
He just come back from an injury.
Come back from an injury. But I will say this. For the Panthers to be successful, I'll get more into that when we talk about the Panthers. But so I found that very interesting. That Rico's he's more dynamic. I mean, we said that, and it's just apparent to me that that's what it should be.
It's also apparent. This also goes back to what I said. When it comes down to anybody that played for OSU or plays for Dallas, just know that John's always going to think they're the best.
Listen, let's not even go there, mister. Every chief that's suited up for them is a Hall of Famer, so shut up.
Before you guys go any further, the Carolina Panthers have the best defensive tackle in the NFL. Prove me wrong.
You have no argument for me.
Very big case.
Now, last year he gets hurt. And last year we were spotty as crap. When he got hurt, it was disaster for us.
I just wish that when the Panthers called about Micah Parsons and the Cowboys said Derek Brown, they said, "Okay, let's go." But they took it and ran.
Yeah, Derek Brown is unbelievable. If you watch some of his highlights, man, he's running down the guy's sideline. He's getting a pass rush. He's stopping the run. He's unbelievable, and he's absolutely. What the Panthers are successful on, what they've been successful on for years, is they have to have a dominant defense and they have to have a run game. And I'm not knocking the 2 running backs. I'll talk about that later. I really am not knocking the 2 running backs. This is kind of an interesting little story. We don't talk about college baseball hardly ever, but Tennessee's head coach Tony Vitello is this. This was a couple days ago when I took this off of from On3 on X, but says closing in on deal for the San Francisco Giants to be the manager. Now, if that finally comes through, awesome. If it doesn't, then whatever.
Well,
But
he put out a TikTok where he quoted the old great Jordan Belfort off of Wolf of Wall Street. He's like, "I'm not leaving," and his players are like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm not effing leaving." So I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know when this report was out and when he put that TikTok. So, but it's just kind of interesting because you don't really hear about that transition very much ever.
Not at
You hear
all.
a lot. You hear a lot about college football coaches and college basketball coaches going to the next level, but it's very rare do you ever hear about college baseball making the jump to manager of MLB.
and that's
Mhm.
why I wanted to bring this up because number one, that's odd. Number two, the timing of it. They're already in scrimmages and been practicing this stuff, but they've got to. Those college programs have to realize that this could potentially happen because of the way that the MLB schedule when it ends and when they're looking for managers. Because you don't get that opportunity every day to
No.
be a MLB
No,
manager. So, you know, if they propose the option of doing, I don't know where he's from, I don't know his background, but he's already won a national title. He's already been to the promised land. He's has a successful program. What's he's got to lose to make the jump?
might as well.
Nothing.
Because I
I
can
I'm
mean,
promise
I'm,
you one thing:
I'm
if
surprised you don't see it happen more often.
if this happened, okay, and let's say he went to the Giants and was just they were terrible for 2 years and they fired him. You don't think there's a college program that would hire him the next day?
Oh, they
oh,
would.
they'd be,
You're out of your mind.
yeah, blowing his phone up the moment it's reported.
So he really has nothing to lose, in my opinion. Like, go
Mm-mm.
do it. If you're successful, awesome. If you're not, you're going back to college and you are really, really good. I love his fire. Some people
Yeah.
don't like him, but I love his
I
fire.
I think it'd be I mean, like you said, he doesn't have anything to lose, but it's a smart move for the Giants to do it.
Yeah, I love his fire. Guys,
Why do you think it doesn't happen more often?
probably the timing, and maybe it's kind of in baseball. It's more of a like in football, they make the jump from college to NFL more frequently, but it just seems like you're either a college guy in baseball or you're either a pro guy
Wrong guy.
Mhm.
in coaching. I don't know why that is, honestly, but yeah. Anyway, like even some of the pro coaches, you'll never ever hear of, like Mike
Going
Schilt.
down to
Well,
college.
Mike Schilt was in the. It was he started real low. I think he was a high school coach, maybe went up, and then he was in the St. Louis Cardinals system forever in the minor leagues, and then got called up, and then got called up to be the manager, and then was over at the Padres and just retired. Some reports came out about his kind of the way he did things, but we'll talk about that later. The Oklahoma City Thunder raised the banner tonight, 2024 2025 NBA champions. How about this, guys?
Went to double overtime tonight with the
Yeah.
Rockets. It was a good game. I watched the end of it.
Who
As
won?
the
Oklahoma
Thunder
City.
did by one. I
Okay.
mean, the Rockets, their starting lineup was 6'7" and then 4'6" guys. They really didn't have a true point guard.
I saw that too. That was crazy.
The Rockets are going to be good. Thunder good. What kind of entertained me, I forgot all about it. The NBA's back on NBC.
Oh
And
yeah.
back when I did watch the NBA when I was younger growing up, it was always on NBC. I just
Mhm.
like how their format and everything is. It's going to be the first year that the NBA is not on TNT in forever.
Wow. Isn't that crazy? Can the Thunder repeat?
They can. I mean, they're
They're
young.
young.
They're young and talented, but that you got other teams that are young and talented too.
How good's Cooper Flag going to be?
Oh, listen. It's not gonna take long for him to get acclimated.
He. I mean, Dallas is the team that's always made the white guy the superstar. Dirk, Luca, maybe Cooper.
Staying at the NBA, a fight breaks out on the court between all of them. Who's the
Mm.
last man standing? You've got Ron Artest, Draymond Green, Dennis Rodman, Charles Oakley, Charles Barkley, Kevin Garnett, LeBron James, Haslam and Matt
Well,
Barnes. Who are you taking out of
LeBron's the
this
first
list?
one to tap out.
There's only one answer to this. There's only
I
one
know
correct.
what you're going to. It's mine too.
There's only one correct answer to this, and that's Charles Oakley.
Yeah, that dude's nuts.
Oh.
Dude's nuts. I was gonna go between Charles Oakley and Ron Artest, but
That's who I was going to go with.
yeah, those are my. I mean, that would be
Now-
hard for me to. I think they'll be your final two.
Now, as far as being on the court and being nasty, Dennis Rodman was just
Oh
nasty.
yeah,
But
Draymond
we're talking
Green.
about fighting. We're talking
Yeah,
about fight breaks.
Fighting Charles Oakley is a psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James is winning, but
LeBron James is the first one tapping out. He's gonna quit before it even
is he
starts.
falling down? Oh.
Yeah, he's falling down and cramping.
I don't know why Matt Barnes is on this list. To be honest with you, or Haslam.
Just
Ron,
because
I'm sticking with. I don't care.
Matt Barnes. Listen, he was not scared. Matt Barnes would go after anybody. I don't know how good he is or if he'd even stand it, but that dude.
If,
he had no
if they
fear.
had to go face to face, and Artest and Oakley were right here, bam, Oakley's probably taking him. But if we have time to run around all the goddamn like the freaking Royal Rumble at the dang Madison Square Garden or whatever it was,
Yeah,
I'm taking Ron Artest, baby.
Malice
I
in
don't
the
give
Palace,
a crap.
baby. Malice in the Palace.
That was a good documentary.
Oh, that was nuts. That was crazy.
We're gonna go off sports here a little bit.
Ooh,
Who's the best Joker?
Heath Ledger.
It's either Heath Ledger or Jack Nicklaus, and Heath Ledger was just unbelievable.
He was so good.
Oh my gosh, he was incredible.
The Jared Leto one is awful. That's not. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't even know why that's on there.
I would take him. I would take him off the list and get the old Joker from the old TV shows.
No
back in the
kidding.
day with Adam West.
Exactly.
No kidding.
Joaquin Phoenix does a good job. I just like the Batman movies better with Heath Ledger and the one that Jack Nicklaus was in.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Jack Nicholson one. If I voted for him, it'd only be because it brings me back to when I was a kid. I watched the Batman movies. I love the Riddler, Jim Carrey.
Yep.
For sure.
But Heath Ledger, guys, that was one of the best performances I've ever seen in a movie.
Dark Knight is one of the best. He's good. Like he just took it to a whole nother level.
It was fun. It really was fun. Now, best NFL nickname ever out of this list. Now, there's some that are missing, but for the people listening, we have. I gotta say it for the people listening. Let me say the names here. We got Primetime. We got Broadway Joe. We got Honey Badger, Sweetness, Megatron, Playmaker, Legatron, Mean, the Nigerian Nightmare, Beast Mode, and the Fridge or Other.
I'm taking Other. And Dick Night Train Lane.
Ooh, that was good. Night Train Lane. John, what you got?
I'm gonna stay on this list and take my boy Primetime. There was
Solid name.
That dude. He reinvented marketing yourself.
Now, if I'm picking one that's named on this list, I can't get much better than Nigerian Nightmare.
That's a solid name.
That is a very.
But, the only one on here, other than Primetime, hey, the Playmaker, baby.
I was gonna say he's last because I don't even know
you
his
see
so
the trick
dumb.
here. Those are a couple people that played for Dallas Cowboys there.
Now,
hey, listen, no, Primetime was it. That's just more so what he did for himself. There's a reason why he was Primetime.
Now, if we're going history, if we're going, like the history of when I was growing up and knowing the names and stuff, the one that stood out to me the most, and he's not even but the Fridge. I heard the Fridge so much, and he was on there with Sweetness is historically just one of the best running backs of all time.
What about the Bus?
I'm shocked the Forehead's not on there.
Yeah.
No, you got the Sheriff?
Yeah, Peyton Manning, the Forehead.
Yeah.
5 head.
He has one for sure. The helmet was. Broadway Joe was one that I've heard so many times, and of course Megatron. I can't really pick Megatron, but Beast Mode. But Sweetness was wonderful, and the Fridge. I would go with the Fridge on this list. But
Mean Joe Green is another one.
Yeah.
Mean Joe.
Yeah. And then GOAT Dak Prescott is not on here, but I didn't see him on
Dakota Rain, baby.
Now look at this. This was interesting. Different champions since 2000. Okay, this is all the major sports in America. Okay, MLB has 16 different and obviously this is being said because the Dodgers people are complaining about the Dodgers just going every single time because they spend all that money. They have 16 different champions since 2000. NHL has 14, NFL 13, and NBA 12.
So
It says Major League
16.
Baseball. It says Major League Baseball has actually had the most parity across all four major leagues since 2000.
So
They are also the only league with no repeat champion in the last 25 years.
so
Thoughts?
16 out of 25 years, right? 16 different champions.
Mm,
So the NFL and the NBA would have more if it wasn't for the Patriots and the Chiefs and the Spurs and the Lakers
yeah.
and those 25 because you had those two
And the
dynasties
Warriors.
and the Warriors, which
Mhm.
Warriors are won three, right? Three or four, four.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Warriors. So yeah, so the NFL's had two dynasties. The NBA's had three dynasties in the last 25 years, which to me is kind of crazy. It's kind of that's I mean not usually don't see that in that short of a time period. I mean NHL, but I mean yeah, the MLB's there's been since the early 2000s or early late 90s with the Yankees, there really hasn't been a dynasty in the
Mm.
MLB.
What I love about this is all sports have parity, even though people don't want to say that. But they do. I mean, it's obvious. Like
Mhm.
I'm sitting there thinking, okay, for 25 years, if people are like, "Oh, that team, I hate when they're there. They always win." Well, then there should only be less than 10 champions,
Yep.
different champions, right? There's
Yeah.
parity in all sports, and obviously, I know the thing they're trying to drive home right here is the Dodgers with the MLB, but I think
But
what this shows.
the
Go ahead.
Dodgers have only won two in the last 25 years.
That's what I'm saying. So what this kind of shows to me is the reason MLB has more parity than the others is because there's just so many different moving parts as far as um, you have to have a separate rotation and then a bullpen, but then you have to have defense, but then you have to have the hitters. And pitching stats are just a freaking coin flip. I mean,
Yeah.
you could go get five guys, three of them could be hurt and have Tommy John by May. And so it's just in the game itself. Like, here's the best example. Mosby? What's a really good team's regular season record in the NFL?
With 17 games, 11-6.
Okay, 11-6. So above what would that be? Almost 70% of the games, 66% of the games.
Yep.
Okay. John, what is a really good playoff team in the MLB's record?
I mean, you're what 90 to 95 wins ish.
And 68 losses, something like that.
Mhm.
It's just weird. Baseball is so weird that you can only win like 18 more games than you lose and be a 90 and 72 ball club and potentially win. Baseball is just weird, and there's so many games we could go in, and we might even talk about that later on. Is there too many games? But it's just I really like this graphic that there's just so much parity in all sports, and it doesn't shock me that the NBA has less because they only have five starters.
See, the most shocking one that should be on this is the NFL because they have the strictest salary cap out of
That's
all of
true.
them,
Mhm.
and they still only have 13 champions. So that should it's like okay, it shouldn't be. They should have more than 13 champions in the last 25 years because it is set up. They have their league set up for the bad teams to get better.
Yeah,
For the so this just goes to that maybe that's just more kudos to those organizations that have been ran right and they've done it nonchalant. Shows you that if you have a good organization, good things can happen.
yeah. And oh wait, wrong graphic here. Wrong graphic. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeesh.
Who are you taking?
Ooh.
Are you taking the old or new generation wide receivers? Just for people listening, here's the old generation: Calvin Johnson, Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, Larry Fitzgerald, and AJ Green. Which they're not really old, but yeah. And the new generation is Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Amon Ross, St. Brown, and AJ Brown. Which one are you taking?
I mean,
No.
put AJ Brown on there, I think the new school would have had an argument,
Should
but
be Tyreek Hill, right?
could be Tyreek Hill. I mean, AJ Brown just, I mean,
listen, the issue is not with AJ Brown. The issue is with the quarterback that's not getting in football. Because when he's been throwing it to him, dude's went over 100 yards this year.
I'm not saying AJ Brown's not good. He's not better in the new school. He's not better than Tyreek Hill. He's not better than some of these other guys that played. I mean,
yeah, but we're not talking about any other new school right now. We're comparing these 5 against those 5.
This is a hard list because during his prime, Antonio Brown might have had the best 4 years of any receiver of all time. We know what
unreal.
We know what Calvin Johnson is. He might be the most dominant, besides Randy Moss, most dominant receiver ever. He retired where he could have chased down some of those records. Larry Fitzgerald's just freaking, you throw anything.
Mr. Consistent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He had more tackles than dropped balls in his career, I think. I'm pretty sure. I mean, Julio Jones is just a monster. AJ Green was a monster. The organization he played for, but then you go to new school, Justin Jefferson is just unbelievable.
And
Jamar Chase is unbelievable.
They can do it with whatever quarterback.
CeeDee Lamb is unbelievable. St. Brown is a freaking Saint. I think I love that comparison right there where they're next to each other.
I think
St. Brown and Larry Fitzgerald to me are pretty similar. But
yeah,
I mean, and going down the other, Justin Jefferson, Calvin Johnson. I mean, Jamar Chase, Antonio Brown. I mean, that's a hard pick. I mean, because the new school, they're putting up numbers in their first 5 years that ain't been put up before ever. But I mean, and all these receivers are come from the passing era. So
yeah. I mean, it's not like we're comparing Lynn Swan and Michael Irvin and the guys that, where they only threw 15, 20 times a game. We're talking right here. These guys, their quarterbacks are throwing 40 plus, if they had to 30, 40.
I think the old school has the top guy out of all these 10. But then I think the new
school as a whole, the group, as a group of 5, I take those over the old school.
I mean,
so who you guys going?
I'm going new school.
I'm going to go old school, man. It's just, those are some dogs right there. And I'm telling you that during that time period, I know it's kind of crazy now, but during the time period, Antonio Brown was my favorite receiver in the game. Like, the dude was unstoppable until he got concussed by.
Okay. You said who, Sonny?
New.
You said who, Mose?
Old.
I'm going old too. If I compare them side to side, I'm going. This is really tough. I mean, they're all so stinking talented. I'm going Calvin Johnson, Antonio Brown, Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase could very well here in 4 years crap on Antonio Brown's numbers, but I remember when Antonio Brown was just
unstoppable.
Julio Jones over CeeDee Lamb for me. Larry Fitzgerald. I'm basically taking them all. I might take AJ Brown over AJ Green, but maybe that's just me, my fandom.
I think AJ Green would be rated higher if he didn't suffer a couple foot injuries. AJ Green was, I think, could have been just as dominant as Calvin Johnson with the body type and Julio Jones and stuff. It's just he had a couple lower leg injuries that kind of slowed him down a little bit.
Yeah. So anyway, man, that's crazy. John.
Yeah.
You know what time it is?
Is it time?
Mo's knows. Betty. Mo's knows. The Chiefs. Mo's knows.
Nothing.
Mo's knows. Everything. Welcome to our segment of Mo's Knows, where we get Mosby's reactions to some comments from our TikTok videos, and I would love for him to react to these guys talking about the all-time Cowboys.
Cowboys in a blowout. Cowboys all day. The Cowboys win by double digits. He's keep going to the line of Hall of Famers part-time. That Tyron Smith is going to be a Hall of Famer, but he's not right now. He talks about Eric Williams. I remember reading that comment. Talks about Eric Williams. He would have been a Hall of Famer if not injury. Well, if and what's for candy nuts, the world would be a sweeter place. You can't play the if and what's games. I'm telling you, yeah. So a bunch of those guys, Cowboy fans, they're the most biased fan base in the NFL history. Moving on.
Mosby, what about this comment?
Who were the Chiefs before Mahomes? Okay, well, that's perfect. That is why I said Mahomes is the most valuable player, probably, maybe, ever in the history because, yeah, Chiefs never hosted an AFC title game. They've only played in 2 Super Bowls before he gets there. He gets there. And the earliest they've ever been eliminated is the AFC title game. 5 Super Bowl plays in, 3 won 3 of them, 7 straight AFC title games. What were the Chiefs before Mahomes? Trust me, it was a struggle bus for many years. I remember having faith in Damon Heward, Brady Quinn for a year, Tyler Placco. I remember the freaking yeah. So I mean, we messed up when we let Rich Gannon go to the Raiders and still picked Elvis Gerback. I mean, so we were a misery, a heartbreak for a fan before Mahomes.
And that it was your segment of Mo's Knows.
Mo's knows, Mo's knows, Mo's knows.
Betty.
Mo's knows, Mo's knows, Mo's knows.
The Chiefs.
Mo's knows, Mo's knows, Mo's knows.
Nothing.
Mo's knows, Mo's knows, Mo's knows.
Everything. All right. Wow. Well, we are through that segment. And
oh, I've been waiting for that all week. I mean, all week. It's been 2.5 days. It seemed like a week. Oh, oh my goodness.
That was the greatest thing I've ever created in my entire life. I was so excited when I created that.
Oh.
All right, guys. Or would you rather, if you had the superpower to be able to fly or be invisible, which one are you taking and why?
Invisible.
Yeah, I think I'm on the invisible train on this one.
Why?
I can just disappear.
Yeah.
Disappear.
Ain't nobody gonna know you're around. I mean,
for what?
you know,
I
hold
got
on.
4 freaking kids here that dad. Like,
that would be great. My kids are grown up now, you know, getting older, so that's okay. But how many times have we always said, you know, man, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall to hear that conversation.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how many conversations you would hear, how many things you would see if nobody knew you were around?
Oh, how many people you could freak out?
Oh, that would be the greatest part of it.
See, flying, that would be great to fly, but to me, how many bugs are going to hit my face? How many
you're
things
going to wear something.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
I mean,
but
that hurts.
But like I could go fly, yeah. Like what benefit is flying going to get me? Like it might get me somewhere quicker, but I would like to just be able to go invisible and just disappear for a little bit.
Congratulations on your little goofy invisible though. But whenever I'm saving how much money on gas and on tickets and all that crap because I can literally just fly everywhere.
Oh, I could save the same amount of money because ain't nobody going to know that I'm in their car.
You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. Well, you gotta go jump in the goddamn car, first of all. You gonna run to the dang highway and jump in there when they're driving by?
Yeah.
Hey, babe, going to work. See you later.
If I was invisible, I'd mess with John so bad.
Oh, I would do the same to you.
It's flying all day.
I would just rather be able to go invisible.
You all are crazy. Oh man, I'm really hungry for a burger. You know what? I'm there. Oh,
Yeah.
let's go invisible. We can go get in my freaking truck and drive invisible and get pulled over because the cops think there's nobody in the stinking truck.
I was fixing to say, how cool would it be driving down the road and get pulled over?
It wouldn't be cool. You get pulled over. dumb.
Well, who they going to arrest? You ain't. They can't see you. They can't see you.
Only people
No,
who,
yeah, because
who
if
think
you have your
invisible
window
are
down, you could just park the truck
thieves.
and jump out the other window. Ain't nobody gonna see you.
Thieves would go invisible. They would love to go invisible. Go steal stuff. You bunch of
Oh,
thieves.
no, I'm not stealing anything.
Hey, I'm going to go to the Cardinals game. I'm going to fly there though. I'll be back real quick.
Oh, hey, how about? Listen,
I guess the
I
question has
could
to be asked: how fast
pay
can
my way in to get to the Cardinals game, and then unknowingly
can
to
you
them
can you imagine
going
picking,
down behind home plate.
can you imagine picking flying, but you only go like 5 miles an hour?
Oh, that would be boring.
It's like cars are faster than you.
Oh yeah. Oh my lord. What would be the?
Yeah,
What would be
that'd
the
be a
point?
waste
Yeah.
of a waste.
I'll be to Tulsa in about 12 hours.
Tell you, be invisible. You'd be at that family holiday. You're like, you know what? Wife's not ready to go. Kids are just getting real. You're getting overstimulated. You know what? I'm just gonna go sit out in the yard, just disappear for a bit. Just
Yeah, me too. I will. I'll fly home and then fly back when they're ready to go. What's the difference? Where'd he go? He flew. It'd be great for duck hunting too. If I'm like, that stupid duck got away from me.
fly up there and get it.
Grab that
Oh.
dang duck and
Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Mike could go ahead and bury it for us.
I'm just you want to talk about messing with people? You could fly up to a dang plane. Oh, stop it.
Yeah, you can also
and
get
get sucked into the
hit by
engine.
that plane and get sucked in the engine and be done.
Y'all
Yeah,
are tripping.
done.
Flying all day.
Yeah,
All day.
there
every
went your
day.
freaking special talent.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Comment below. All right, let's go to this segment right here. I hope you're ready.
Mm,
John, let me get out of here.
man, golly, finally, I have something to be happy about. We played like an actual football team. 44 to 22 victory over the Commanders this past weekend. Of course, the soon to be MVP in Dak Prescott and that number one ranked offense in the NFL just absolutely picked that defense apart. Javonte Williams still running like a madman. He's out to prove everybody wrong when they thought he was done. Got to see a little Jadon Blue. He had the one big run. Got called back because of stupid penalties, but whatever. He's showing a little bit more and more every week. And then, of course, the return to CeeDee Lamb to pair up with George Pickens and Jake Ferguson. Absolutely just an unbelievable offense that, again, is going to bring an MVP award home for Mr. Dak Prescott. You know, the one thing that we've got coming up this week, we got to play the, division leading Denver Broncos as a 3.5 point underdog. For me, the one thing I saw last week, we played solely man for the first time all season, and our secondary looked formidable. So I think we got to stick with the man defense, go out and just, go balls to the walls on the pass rush like we did just this past week with Clowney and Shamar James getting in, James Houston. Those guys have got to get to the quarterback, and man, I can't say enough. I'm excited, especially after the reports of today. Now, it's been hit and miss. They've called about Maxx Crosby. Now they're saying that the Raiders have told Maxx they're not trading him, they're not shopping him, whatever. But I think you get this team a legit pass rush, and shore up that secondary. And boys, here we come. Here we come. I won't say Super Bowl. I will say playoffs because I did say that we were playoff bound. But I think we're just real close to breaking the seal and showing everybody what's up. Especially if we can keep Dak on, upright and keep him healthy. It's going to be a fun year, and I'm going to predict the Cowboys this week a 31-17 victory over the Denver Broncos. And we're just getting better, boys. Just getting better. So all I have to say is, we them boys.
Broncos are going to absolutely destroy their offensive line. Oh my God, the Broncos are going to beat them by 10 at least.
We
Only
finally
game,
the
only game
only,
of the year.
we're only down one lineman now, and our center, our backup center, is solid. So
You know who they should call? They should call the Packers, see if they can get somebody to be a pass rusher.
no,
That's right.
no. Hey, no. So here's the thing: did anybody think at the beginning of the year, or when Jerry Jones traded Micah Parsons, that we'd even be sitting there talking about, oh, we're going to go do this, going to go do that? Now, think of this: what if at the end of the year you said that Jerry Jones could turn Micah Parsons into 2 first-round picks, Kenny Clark, and a player like Trey Hendrickson or Maxx Crosby? You do that all day long.
Well,
Hello.
Trey Henderson, you still got to pay. He ain't signed yet, John.
What?
And
Maxx
Crosby,
no joke.
They're
But
not
you're going to
trading
pay that guy.
They're not trading Maxx Crosby.
You just hang tight, because I think what you're going to see, because he has said that, he wants to play for a championship. Obviously, that's not going to be in Vegas.
So if you had to trade the 2 first-round
he wants to go home.
If you had to trade the 2 first-round picks for Maxx Crosby, because they're not going to take anything less than 2 first-round picks, so you would trade a guy that's not in the top 10 in sacks.
What do you mean? Micah Parsons wasn't either until he just had 3 sacks this week.
Well, he just had 3 sacks. He's 6th in the league. He's 5.5 sacks. He's only 2 sacks
just
behind
now got there.
Can I ask you a question? You think one pass rusher will change that defense dramatically?
One legit pass rush. I will say yes for this reason, because we do have some solid guys to put on the other side. And especially with Donovan Ezeraku, who's gotten better every week. He just got his first sack of his NFL career. He's fast. He's strong. This dude is getting better and better. Shamar James is a rookie that we drafted out of Florida. That's absolutely, this was a second or third week that he's even played, and has gotten better and better and better every week. Got his first career sack, forced fumble. These guys are getting better, and we still have DeMarvion Overshown, who will be back within 2 to 3 weeks, who's going to change that defense tremendously. So if you get one pass rush and then you keep bringing these guys up, and then Overshown comes in, dude, that front 7 is going to be solid.
John went
100%.
31-17 versus the Broncos. What's your score prediction, Mosey?
I hope they beat them 31-17.
I was about to say, don't you even pick Denver.
I'll be honest. Be honest.
27-24 Dallas.
I'll take that. I will take it.
It's going to be the Broncos.
Hold on. Number one offense in the NFL that has not been stopped by nobody. And just keep in mind, just a couple weeks ago, Dak Prescott did that without 2 of his top receivers and 4 starting linemen.
Didn't Carolina hold them to 24 points?
The Denver Broncos are 3-0 at home. The Cowboys are 1-3 on the road.
Didn't the Bears hold them to 14 points? So
again, hey, look at you're talking about the defense. Now, look at the lack thereof from Dak, and it hadn't been.
The defense doesn't put points on the board like the offense. So if you only put
hang 14, tight and ask yourself this question: what would Dallas's record be without Dak Prescott this year?
Probably 3-1.
Again, folks, this is why I say this dude is uneducated.
He said the tie too.
Well, yeah, we're not in the Philly game without him, and we're not in the Packer game without him. We don't win this past week without him.
Oh God!
If this roster
exactly the same,
I'm
the quarterback. We're 3-3-1.
You put
we probably haven't won a game.
Quarterback on Dallas, and they're 3-3-1 right now.
Bixby, call Bixby up. You're 3-3-1. All right, so I got to give my score prediction.
One of these days you'll be educated.
Broncos are going to win this game. They're going to win it 31 to 24.
Stop.
31-24. Yeah,
Stop.
no doubt.
Stop.
31-24. My turn. The Carolina Panthers 13-6 victory over the New York Jets. That was a very, very good victory for my soul because it's the first time we've been over 500 in a while. Now the Jets are not good. Obviously, they're like 0-7 now. Our offense does not play great, but our defense did play really good because we have the best defensive tackle in the game. He is just dominant. Big number 95. I'm very excited to have him. We have really good corners too, as well. Our linebackers are not as good as they have been, but with that defensive line penetrating and doing what they need to do, it's making it a lot easier. But unfortunately, we lost Bryce Young to a high ankle sprain. So we got to start Andy Dalton, and we have the Buffalo Bills coming up, and that's always a tough game. Even though the Buffalo Bills have not been playing well, they are 4-2. It is in Carolina, but I cannot comfortably pick. I probably wouldn't have picked the Panthers anyway, even if we had Bryce Young. But I definitely can't pick them with Andy Dalton. We do have the two-headed monster at running back. I still think Rico Dowdle should be the starter. Chuba is a good volume guy. I've said that numerous times. For us to be successful, we're going to have guys keep running the ball. It's actually probably good that we have two running backs with Bryce Young as our main quarterback. But we're not going to win this game. The Bills will take care of us. However, the Bills I saw 31st in rushing defense. So, it would be nice to say that we could come in there and run all day on them. I still don't think that will happen because you got to have some quarterback play to be able to run the ball as well. And I don't know that Andy Dalton's going to be able to do that. He did last year, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that this year. The line is 7.5 in favor of Buffalo. So I'm going to say Buffalo wins this game. I think they're going to win it. I don't know, 27 to maybe 17. I'll give it 17 points. 27-17, I think, is what we go here. And let's just hope that Bryce Young gets back sooner rather than later. What are your guys' thoughts?
I think you're going to have to run the ball. Buffalo's run defense is very suspect at most. I mean, I think that you run the ball, and if you run success, you might be able. I think it's your best chance of pulling an upset.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your defense is good, and Buffalo's having some struggles on offense, but I still think Buffalo will do enough to win like 24-14.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game, especially without Bryce Young. You guys were just starting to fire on all cylinders on the offensive side of the ball, and that's what stinks. But I mean, playing a team like Buffalo, who they could look like all stars on defense one week and look like misfits the next. But I mean, I'm in agreement. You guys are going to absolutely have to just pound the rock and run the crap out of them two running backs, and hopefully you're able to get one more possession than the Bills and be in a close game and have a chance to win.
Yeah.
I mean,
so score predictions.
24-14 Bills.
Yeah, I was going to say 27-17.
Okay. Mosby.
The Kansas City Chiefs Monday night game, prime time at home against the Washington Commanders. We just came off a absolutely demolish of the Las Vegas Raiders. Vegas ran 30 plays on offense. That's the fewest since like 2000 or something. Might be the fewest ever. They didn't even have 100 total yards. I mean, we had Rashid Rice back. We forced them the ball maybe a little too much. Could have spread it around a little bit more, but he had 2 touchdowns. Mahomes just looked unbelievable again. 3 touchdowns. I mean, just expanding on his MVP favorite season right now. I mean, he is the MVP favorite according to Vegas odds, unlike John Winston. But got the Commanders. I know Daniels may not play, so we might see someone else. But even with Daniels playing, I think the Chiefs right now are just too red hot. I think that offense is just got too many weapons. We got Brashad Smith that's starting to develop as a good little back out of the outfield, throwing it to him, little running to him. Pacheco the past 2 weeks has been our leading rusher, which is needing to happen. And we've got a little bit banged up this week, but I mean, you took Mahomes out, you benched him in the third quarter. We were kneeling the ball before the 2-minute half, the final 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. That's how bad of a dominance is. So, like, they took a lot of these guys out just to rest them up before this game, and no risk in getting them hurt even more. I see the Chiefs rolling again to go to 5-3 and set up a big old game against Buffalo the following week.
John, thoughts?
Yeah, it's easy to win 31-0 against a high school equivalent defense, but no, I mean you guys
doesn't that high school
are.
defense have a guy that John wants to trade for? Didn't John just say that
He didn't play. He didn't play the whole second half, but hey, that's cool. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, you guys are okay, cool. You got your wide receivers back, woohoo, whatever. Still, run games iffy. I mean, you guys are going to beat the Commanders. They're going to be without their starting quarterback.
There's going to be a score.
The Chiefs could be on a 37-game win streak, shutting everybody out, and John would still pick the other team.
Score, John.
I just said you're going to beat the Commanders.
Score, John.
I think it's probably going to be 31-10.
What'd you say, Mosey?
I think the Chiefs will win 27-13. That secondary is growing up fast and within our eyes. Our defense is playing very well again. So 27-13.
The spread is 10.5 right now with Kansas City. Monday night game in Kansas City. I don't know if you guys have seen the weather predictions. It's supposed to be cold, windy, and rainy. It is so hard to win at Arrowhead anyway. But then you add all those elements, and you know those fans are going to be loud. And let's say this is the biggest X factor. Commander's not going to have their quarterback, and we just got to say it like it is. I think the spread, if Daniels was playing, would probably be cut in half. Chiefs would still be favored, but we saw what they were without Daniels, without him being explosive. And even if he does play, it's a hammy. Those running quarterbacks, we talk about this all the time. The hammies, when they do anything with their legs and they hurt their legs, that you got to be able to pass. And I'm not saying Jay Daniels can't, but you're not going to come into Kansas City after they're just as hot as they are, just got Rice back, and they're just rolling and expect to win this game. It's going to be the Chiefs. I think they absolutely cover the 10.5. I'm going to say you kind of stole my prediction. I'll change it up a little bit. I'll say 30 to 17, just so they cover. 30 to 17 Chiefs. So I think that's what it's going to be. I think Chiefs are just rolling. They're hot right now. So, Stoney.
Oh, do we have to? Man, this is tough. We 1-6 on the year, 0-4 in the Big 12. I will say though, this last week's game against Cincinnati, you look at the scoreboard at 49-17, doesn't tell the whole story. I mean, after the third quarter, we were down 28-17. They had a pick six and they just had a couple more opportunities to score there in the fourth quarter to just make it look even worse than what it was. We still have Jackson playing quarterback at, I keep in mind, I've said it 8 times. But he's a receiver that, has been moved to play quarterback because of injuries to Flores and Haney. He threw for 149 yards, didn't have a touchdown in the air, but he did have one on the ground. Rodney Fields, he showed out. He had, I think it was like right at 190 total yards, I believe 163 on the ground, 27 in the air, and had a touchdown. I mean, it's a tough year in Stillwater. We've had all year, we've got 4 total passing touchdowns, and 2 of them, again, from a wide receiver, and they're not from the same one. We had another wide receiver throw for a touchdown. So I can keep on about how tough this season's going to be. We've got a freshman in Flores who's leading with 696 yards for the season, but he doesn't have a touchdown. He's got one on the ground, none in the air. We got a junior receiver, 233 yards as our leading receiver. So it's kind of hard to say we've got bright spots, there, but you've got the freshman Fields at the running back position that's showing out. You've got Wendell Gregory, who's a freshman. He's leading the team with 3 sacks. And then there's just not a lot of good things to say. The only thing that I'm looking for right now at this point in the season is just growth from the young guys, the ones who are going to stay, who are, as they say, loyal and true. And I'm ready to see what we do at head coach, and I'm just ready to get this season over with. I hate to say it because I am a diehard Poke fan, and these other two will tell you that I will, run through a brick wall to prove a point when it comes to them. But this year is making it absolutely ridiculously tough to even watch a game. I was just saying earlier, you watch a game, you want to pull your head out or pull your hair out of your head because it's just, I mean, it's absolutely brutal. But you take it on the chin and you roll on because it's only going to go up from here. Because if it gets any worse, oh my Lord, we're in trouble. So yeah, this week I think we're nearly I think it was like a 38.5 point underdog to Texas Tech. If there is a moral victory, that would be losing only by half of that. Texas Tech, man, they're good, top 15 team in the country, and they're rolling right now. So we just really have to come out and fight and keep showing the growth. But yeah, this week at Tech against Texas Tech is going to be tough. I don't know. What do you say, guys?
Don't let him lie to you. He has season tickets to OU. He has more OU jerseys than OSU jerseys. He wouldn't run through a brick wall. He's a fake
We're
fan.
paying him to talk about OSU.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
He is he can't stand OSU.
He hates him.
Yeah,
I'll say
yeah.
this: Texas Tech losing to Arizona State 26-22 last week at Arizona State. Arizona State went to 5-2. Texas Tech is 6-1. Texas Tech, that was kind of a surprising loss, but they're still really stinking good. They have a very well paid for roster. It's very public. So they are 6-1 playing the 1-6 Oklahoma State Cowboys. Oklahoma State's going to Texas Tech. The spread is 38.5. It's going to be all of 55-14.
Yeah. I'm just
Texas Tech's going to cover the spread.
No
I
doubt.
like I said, if there's a moral victory, I would like it to be by half of that, but it's
So give me
not.
score predictions.
I think it's going to be, I'd probably say every bit of 52 to 10, 52, yeah, 52
63 to
10.
20. 63 to 20.
63-20. Yeah, I mean, very well could be. All right, Mosby, you go first.
We got Ole Miss coming to town. It's going to be, I think it's the biggest matchup in the SEC this week. Had to double check it. Ole Miss is ranked number 8 in the polls now. Did we move up any? We were
We are
14.
13.
We're 13. So 8 versus 13, big time matchup. I mean, game day probably should be there, but we played them tough at Oxford last year, and we just didn't have the offense. I think being a Norman this year is going to be the X factor, kind of like it was with us against Michigan and stuff. And think we're gonna I think we're gonna pull it off. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I don't see anybody running away from this defense. I don't see anybody putting up 40 plus points.
Yeah.
Which I think we got the offense to match that, but it was good to get that run game going last week. I see OU winning like a 24-21 game.
Yeah, the spread's 4.5. That last week's game was very good for my soul. In fact, I'll be honest with you, I was a little nervous going to South Carolina, even though they haven't played well. But it was really good to see how dominant our defensive line was. And coming off the Texas game, whenever our defense was not the reason we lost, even though there were people that ragged us for it, they were not the reason. It was good to see John Mateer kind of get back in the groove. We did find a little bit of a running game. Hopefully that sustains. Ole Miss's defense has not been playing well. This, in fact, I think I saw is going to be one of the worst defenses we played. Now, worse in that they're still not bottom tier, but they're not as good as some of the defensives that we have played. They're obviously their main culprit is their offense, and that quarterback's been playing well. And Lane Kiffin he's one of the best personalities in college football. But I absolutely, I don't know why. So usually I'm really nervous about these games like this. I feel decently confident that we are going to win this game. The spread's 4.5. I don't know if we cover that,
I think
but
us playing at home is a big factor, and then another factor not think of. Florida just fired their coach, and Lane Kiffin's name is connected to that job big time. Is going to be a little bit of a distraction.
Here's the other thing. It's going to be rainy. It's going to be cold, windy, favors the defense.
That's true.
So, man, yeah, I'm gonna say 27. I'll say we get 27 and they get 23. I'll go odd number there. 27-23. We don't cover, but we get really close. 27-23 Oklahoma. John, score prediction.
I'm gonna go 31-24.
Who wins?
Oklahoma.
Okay, you need to wash your mouth out or
I feel like I need to.
Hey John, it's your time to shine, buddy. CC statement.
Well, so my most confident statement is we're fixing to see the LA Dodgers repeat, and it's not even going to be close, unfortunately. As hot as the Blue Jays are, I'm sorry, the Dodgers are locked, loaded, and ready to roll. My most concerning statement is, man, I'm going to stick with baseball, and we brought it up a minute ago with the St. Louis Cardinals, and I'm just in fear that we're going to have an off season that is going to be basically non-existent. I don't see us signing anybody big, like I would hope. They're in a rebuilding stage, and the one thing that they've always been saying is, they want to, they've got the arms and the talent in the minors. They want to see what we have, but they mentioned trades and free agency. I don't see that happening. So my most concerning statement is it might be another glooming season for the St. Louis Cardinals. Next.
All right. Mosby, CC.
My most concerning statement is in college football. I know a lot of people have been concerned about the transfer portal, but my concerning statements in the coaching and the firings in the middle of the year. I think we're going to see a trend of that happening, and I don't think it's not too long before we see coaches getting hired in the middle of the year. So I can see a lot of teams firing coaches to go hire a guy that they want. I can see them getting some of these coaches getting offered such a substantial money that they might leave their current job. I mean, I think, like I just mentioned, I think the Lane Kiffin thing is going to be such a distraction for Ole Miss because I think Florida fired Billy Napier because they're going to zone in on him. I mean, I think that's concerning to me of the firings, which I said last week. I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's the right thing to do, but I also think it's going to be a concerning thing to do because of the money at hand. And I think it's going to be spread like wildfire that colleges are going to be going after these coaches in the middle of the year. My most confident statement is that the NFL is wide open. That it is going to be one of the funnest years that we've seen in the NFL. That I don't think right now there's a dominant team. I think you got about 10 teams in each conference at the end of October that's can make the playoffs. Now, I still think you got your favorites in each division, but I think unless you're the Jets or the Baltimore Ravens right now, and I can still see the Ravens making a little run if they get Lamar back. I think there's a lot of teams that's still in the playoff race, and I think that shows the beautifulness of the NFL and the parity that there is.
My CC statements are going to be a little bit contradictory because they kind of touch on the same thing. But my most confident statement is about the MLB, and it's very evident to me anyway that to have a better chance. This doesn't always happen, but to have a better chance to be successful, you have to spend money to build a team. You have to spend money. Now I know we've had the old teams of building through the and don't get it twisted. You do have to build a farm system. You do have to homegrown your players. Just like everybody's knocking on the Dodgers right now, they have a lot of homegrown players. But you do have to grow those players. But you have to spend money and you have to do it wisely. There are some teams that spend a lot of money and it's kind of came to bite them in the butt. But the teams that are trying to be the middle of the pack like the Cardinals, it's going to be very difficult if you don't open up that checkbook. It's just a thing that's going to have to happen. So we'll see what they do going forward. But my most concerning statement, and this is, I'm pretty confident that this is going to happen, which could be a confidence thing, but the 2026 CBA, collective bargaining agreement, I absolutely think there's going to be a lockout. I think there's going to be a lockout between the players union and Major League Baseball, and I think it's going to be all about the salary cap. They're talking about owners are expected to push for a salary cap. Obviously, the players union, which the MLB players union is very strong, probably the strongest in any sport probably, but they're going to resist it because they want their players to get paid. Um, Here's my opinion on that. I am okay with the salary cap. However, I think there needs to be both ways. I think there needs to be a cap on salary, but I also think there needs to be a floor. Floor might be the most important one. You got to get these owners paying money. I saw a graphic the other day that showed every single MLB team was in the profit based off of their revenue and what they're paying players, payroll. And some of those ones that were in the lower end, like $86 million payroll, they were bringing home 200 and some $1 million in revenue. So you got to get a floor. Those owners have got to pay money, man. Like the teams that are consistently at the bottom, the Pirates, the Rockies, all them, they got to start paying money. And they can't do the whole Chris Bryant contract and be good with it. They got to start going there and start really throwing some money, maybe even buy a whole rotation, something like that. But there needs to be a floor. I do think there needs to be a cap. I don't know the amount on the cap, but I'm very concerned about this lockout because baseball is a weird sport to where if a lockout lasts long enough, it could really hurt the sport pretty badly and lose fandom. And I love baseball, I really do, and I'd hate for that to happen because the last lockout was really stupid. But I think it's going to happen. I think there's going to be a lockout. Expires on December 2026, and unfortunately, it's going to be about the salary cap. And I just don't think they're going to agree. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Hopefully,
I think you're right, unfortunately, and where I'd like to say I would hope you were wrong. It's going to be hard to because
I think they need to combine the NBA and NFL's salary cap structure. NBA allows you to score use so much money you can pay these high contracts, or the NFL you have to spend 85% of your salary cap every year.
Well, see, and I like the fact like on I believe it's in with the NBA, you have to get a max contract, qualify for a max contract. There's things that are in place that you have to do to qualify for that.
Yeah,
You know,
I think if you can combine the structures of both of those, where you can still pay these players 10 years, $500 million contract, but that doesn't mean that's the only player you pay, like the Angels did for years and stuff like that. Or the NFL, you have to spend your money. You can't just a team can't just say, "Hey, I want to tank. I don't want to spend my money." The NFL does not allow it. You have to go, and that goes with what you're talking
well,
about. There has to be
and
a
if they
you have
don't
to
do
make
something,
spend
you're
money.
going to see more contracts like this Shohei Ohtani contract with the Dodgers. I mean, they're paying him what, a couple million right now for the next 5 years, and then or whatever it is, and then so much for the next however long.
Yeah.
And that could potentially end up bankrupting the team, depending on what the team looks like in 5-10 years from now when they're still paying these guys all this money.
Yeah.
That's bad
Well,
for baseball.
we're going to wrap this up. We've went a little long, but that's okay. Any final thoughts?
Firekeeper Golf Course, our good old buddy Terrell Ramsey works there, runs it. Golf Pro.
Terrell Ramsey.
Shout out to Terrell Ramsey.
Look me up. T Money.
Jeez.
Man, look at this guy.
Hey, I will say orange does look good on you, Mosby.
Oh, dear God.
This is the only time I'll wear it, John. Stop.
And with that, we are going to exit. You guys have a fantastic week. Spend time with your family. Make the most important thing the most important thing. And we will see you next week.
See ya.
Goodbye.